In this video, I will tell you the specifics of exclusive breastfeeding. That period from the birth of the baby until the first 6 months. Until the first 6 months or until complementary feeding begins. This feeding will complement breastfeeding, which continues to be their main food until the age of 2 or 3, according to the World Health Organization, the Argentine Society of Pediatrics, and the Ministries of Health of Latin American countries agree with us. This period has the distinction of understanding that your newborn baby only needs your milk. The composition and quality of breast milk contains everything a baby needs to develop in the first 6 months. It has the right amount of water as well. This is linked to the environment where the mother lives. If the mother lives in a tropical area, for example, that milk will probably contain more water to meet the hydration needs of a baby living in that area. If the mother lives in a very cold area, the lipid content will probably be a bit higher. These milk adjustments are related to the fact that the mother's body is the radar of the baby's needs. At first, there will be a baby that requires a lot of assistance to get to the breast. Normally, that assistance will also ensure that the nipple will not get hurt. Nipple sores are always related to the way the baby latches on. Previously, during pregnancy, you may have seen that there are also small spots or pimples around the areola. These are glands. These glands are sebaceous. Every time your baby feeds and latches on, it will stimulate these glands, generating a secretion of sebum that will protect your skin. You do not need to use creams or strategies, such as brushing or scrubbing with sponges. Your skin will prepare itself spontaneously during pregnancy and then with the sucking. You do not need to measure the size of the nipple. Each woman has an anatomy that is linked to her genetics. And our baby is also linked to our genetics. That is why some nipples are more prominent, others more discreet, larger, darker, smaller, lighter. These features are specific to each woman. There is no reason to compare or think that we are at a disadvantage. These glands also have a crucial function, which is to generate a smell. Your baby will perceive this scent through the sense of smell, and the scent will bring it to the place where it is going to feed. The third quality of these glands is that they produce an antibacterial substance. This antibacterial substance will allow your nipple to be in contact with the baby's mouth and the environment without receiving foreign agents from the outside that could lodge in the gland and cause an infection, such as mastitis. So what do we need? In this first period, when we need to take the baby accurately to the breast to preserve the health of the nipple, it is important to include support. A support can be, as in this case, a cushion, a nursing pillow, a pillow from the bed, whatever you have at hand. Even the baby's diaper bag, if you are not at home, can work as a good cushion. This will serve to create a support for the baby's body, which will be hanging specifically at this point of support. One hand will hold its head and the other will hold the breast. When holding the breast, try to keep your hand away from the nipple and areola area. Why? Because if you put the hand too close, you do not let the baby put its mouth where it needs to put it. And this is what causes injuries to the nipple due to overstretching. So, the hand is always kind of lifting the breast, pointing it up, and trying to reach the tip of the palate. The hand holding the head will hold it from the lower part of the nape, as if surrounding it and holding the baby's ears with the thumb and forefinger. This will allow you to make the slight movements you need to make this baby adjust well to the breast. Consider this. Babies are not responsible for the latch on. It's not that your baby is latching on wrong, it's that you are not latching into its mouth properly. If you manage to control its head, then you will control the movement of approaching the breast. Once something rubs its face, for example, the tip of the nipple touches between the nose and the upper lip, you will make a slight movement that will make its head tilt slightly backwards. With this backward tilt, you have to approach the breast, understanding that inside the mouth, the nipple will behave as if you were putting your thumb inside your mouth. Notice that the thumb has an upward direction. The same thing will happen in the baby's mouth, and that will cause the nipple to be at the end of the baby's palate. The tongue will be below the areola area, and the upper lip will be above the areola area. That pressure applied by the tongue and upper lip will cause the milk to be squeezed and enter the mouth, in addition to the suction force. Therefore, if you squeeze and a drop comes out, it is not a reason to evaluate how much milk is coming out. It is also important to understand that, as these months go by, in the second and third months, your baby will no longer be so still. It will probably unlatch and latch on many times because it will be distracted due to visual and hearing development, especially if there are other toddlers in the house. It latches on, gets distracted, unlatches and comes back, and these takes start to become a little more revolutionary. By the end of the exclusive breastfeeding period, which lasts up to 6 months, you may have a baby who helps you with the latch on, and sometimes latches on by itself. This period of exclusive breastfeeding, which is of course recommended by the World Health Organization, has a much more important recommendation: that of your bond with your baby, the closeness and the magic of this bond created during these first 6 months. I hope you and your baby enjoy this period of exclusive breastfeeding.